Hey guys, fingers crossed for episode 30 of Occultists Anonymous, brought to you by shitty internet connections. So hopefully we'll get a decent episode out of this. You may never even seen this, whatever. But hey, as of now, we are now sponsored by Roll20. So thank you to them for their support. They like the show, they like what we do, and they want us to keep doing it. So that's kind of cool. And you know who else likes us and wants us to keep doing this? Our patrons. Wow, do I feel like I'm doing a Whose Line like gag right now or what? But yes, thank you very much to our patrons who support us monetarily and give us a little bit of your soda money, a little bit of your Starbucks coffee.
Scratch.
Yeah.
Don't. You surely have better things to spend it on.
He's still grumpy about his tie-dye Starbucks. But yes, thank you, Brendan, Claire, Danny, James, Michael, Noba, Perry, Ryan, Schmitty, and Thomas. We greatly appreciate it. We have people who have been a patron now for 4 months. Like, right? Yeah. So yes, thank you very much, guys, for your support. And again, thank you to everybody else who subscribes, who comments, who joins us in Discord. There's a whole bunch of you who were keeping me entertained while my internet connection refused to let me get back on Discord. I was just sitting on my phone answering questions. So yes, thank you guys for your support. It's kind of cool. So without me belaboring the point, because who knows when the internet might crap out on me, let us return back to where we were. So when we last left the cabal, everybody was every which way and we split the party, and that's a terrible idea, but hey, it's okay for now.
It's fine.
Fine, Mammon will get yelled at for it in a second.
Sure.
No one died.
Why am I going to get yelled at? Everything turned out fine. In fact, better than fine.
Because you are specifically the shoulder devil on everyone.
Maybe people should start listening to me more. I'm just saying.
So when we last left the cabal, Mammon, Weird, and Atrenis had just left the house in the suburbs that the original invite to meet with the spider, who we now know as Mr. Johnson, and instead, they found nobody and basically nothing except for a vampire named Julia Khan, who they said, "Hi, nice to meet you. Sorry to bother you. We'll leave."
I'm a necromancer.
We'll be leaving now.
Yeah. And then, and of course, Weird was kind of sneaky and left a silver coin behind. So we'll see what that might reveal. And then, of course, Songbird has spent some time in his own soul and has kind of, emerged out of it, and upon finding out where they were, sent them an angry text that I'm on my way. Oh, never mind, everything's fine.
It's fine. We're coming back. We're good.
So we pick up with who I have decided to dub Fembird in the no.
I don't know that I love that.
No, Femshep, right?
Just
okay.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Just Songbird.
Songbird sitting in your living room, I believe, with a bottle of wine, when at least Weird and Atrenis are showing up. I don't know if Mammon is headed back to...
I want to be clear, I don't have a glass of wine. I have a bottle of wine.
Are you drinking directly from the bottle?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Mammon, are you going back to the Cabal Cave, or are you heading back to
the Rookery?
The Rookery. We have a name.
Rookery.
Yeah.
Well, haven't said that officially in game, I will remind you.
Yes, we did.
But
yes.
Okay.
Gonna come get yelled at.
Yeah, why not?
So as you guys enter, you find Songbird in a much more... How much more feminine do you think?
All the way feminine.
Right, well...
the sort of classic definition of...
Sure, but I mean, as our audience can appear,
Well, we recognize you.
Right.
So the way that the spell works is that it is explicitly...
But it's purely cosmetic,
what did it say?
So you can change it however.
Sure, but it's...
No, I'm just more wondering if we're going to walk in and be like...
Even at its most
This is a
extreme, the
stranger?
changes wrought by this spell still leave the subject somewhat resembling her original form.
Okay.
If someone were to compare
So
the
you
masked
still
and
have
regular
skin, is what
appearances
I'm
side by
hearing.
side, they might notice an almost familial resemblance, even if the two are of obviously different races. That's a little weird, but cool.
Well, they had the fraternal twins who were they identical twins? I can't remember who. What one gal was black and the other gal was white, and they came from the same parents, and they're both twins.
Huh.
Yeah. I'll post that in the Discord later. Anyways.
It's definitely not identical twins, but...
So yeah, I probably look like my own sister a little bit.
Okay.
But probably very recognizably Songbird, like big red hair. And yeah.
Huh?
Still about the same size, so like 6 foot and like very athletic and like lithe. Stuff like that.
Yeah, so you guys open the door, and if I remember correctly, because I can scroll down over here, the layout. Yeah, over to your right, as you walk in through the foyer, in the living room is Songbird, or Songbird's sister.
Welcome home.
Hi.
It's me. I don't know.
Oh.
Mammon just sighs and turns around and leaves.
Do you
Cool.
actually?
Yes.
Okay.
Just way too much estrogen in one room. Mammon doesn't fuck with that.
All right.
All right, then. So,
What are we rolling wits and composure for here, sir?
To recognize that it's actually him.
no, he just said it was. He just said, hi, it's me.
He
I
said
was
it-
doing the roll while that was all happening. So
Oh,
just like, okay.
Well, you've forced successed your way to
Definitely
knowing that it's me.
definitely recognize. Yeah.
Songbird goes, it's me. And Weird goes, yeah, I know.
I go and sit down next to Songbird and I kind of hold out my hand for the wine.
Oh no, there's more over there.
This is my bottle.
Yeah.
Fine. I go get some wine.
So, we've all had an eventful day, seems like.
Yep. So,
Do you want to go first?
I think so.
All right.
So I set up 3 glasses and I pour 3 glasses of wine and shove one
Again,
towards Atratus.
don't
and
need a
one-
glass.
One towards Atratus and one towards Mammon.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
man.
Mammon said he left.
Oh, I thought, okay.
No, he walked
wasn't joking,
in, saw
apparently.
what was going on, turned around and left.
So I leave one empty.
Sure.
In case he comes back. You're very hopeful.
So, where do I start? So, I have always felt that who I am on the outside is not necessarily exactly or everything that I am. It's something that I struggled with being in a sort of hyper masculine career path and, being built and looking the way I am. But inside of my soul is my daemon, who I have taken to calling Valkyrie. And in exploring and checking out a couple things, I realized and studied some more of my life magic, and I realized that I can tie in this other part of my identity and that expression to my shadow name, to being Songbird. So don't be surprised if I go back and forth, and yeah.
So you can just do this at will.
I mean, it's a spell.
That's pretty cool.
One of you have life sight.
I've just
You
been
could
mana
use it
on
if you want
that.
to. Yeah, fair.
You
But
can just
you could-
tell me
it
it's a
is-
spell
it
and
is-
I'll believe you.
It's a spell.
Okay.
Which and that said, I mean, you guys do have passive mage sight, peripheral mage sight.
Oh, yeah, it
definitely
would
is
be like pinging that
Yep.
there's magic shit going on.
yeah. Between him saying, "Hey, it's me, Songbird," and that, yeah.
So yeah, How about the old breaking and entering part? Let's get to that part of the day, because
it went well. No one died. We didn't have to fight anything.
Well, no one died tonight.
We learned some things. We got out unscathed. Everything went well.
And we're going to put a pin in that real quick as I rewind, because Craig, you almost didn't remind me. But you mentioned dying, and so your scrutiny on Julia Khan. So the basic stuff that you got, because I'm going to skip through the stuff that it's obviously not awakened magic, it's tied to death and stuff like that. But yeah, basically what you got as you kind of viewed things through your view of what I think it's silver thorns and stuff like that, breaking off in your mage side, and there was a like this timeline of an entity, a person, and then it just was abruptly cut off, and then on a basically almost 90-degree trajectory is this new fate drawing off from it, kind of the same but different, with the whole and probably your interpretation, and especially since you do have death magic, you can probably recognize that there was a death, and then something twisted, not quite human, took over and grew from that, let's say like a embedded root kind of thorn thing. But that was basically what you got from your scrutiny.
Was there any doom or anything associated with the original?
No.
Okay.
Looking at it, I mean, there was a lot of potential and some stuff where it could, but there wasn't like something destined. There was just a lot of possibility, a lot of branches, and then they were all cut short. A bunch of branches instantly dead, and that now there is one path, and it's got considerably fewer branches.
And there's no remaining entanglements from the original possibilities. Those are all completely cut off. Okay.
Which probably from a Canthus view is a little bit heretical and kind of sad.
A little, but also potentially intriguing.
She's got a new life now.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and because there's no tie to the original, that implies for me that like if you're in a pact or have made an oath, right, because that intertwines in your fate, that might be a way to get out of it.
Becoming a vampire?
should you decide it necessary? Yeah.
I mean, I have other ways of getting out of it, but somebody else might take that road. Interesting.
So, and then unpin.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the house, totally a setup like we thought. Empty. I don't know how this guy planned to have a dinner party there, like 2 days from now. Like, literally empty. Maybe his space mage was gonna co-locate us to a house that isn't empty. The only thing in it was a vampire and her guard dogs. She had intended to get us after Mr. Letterman was done with us. We were going to get dissected. We did not get dissected. Instead, we got information, and she let us go. Everyone wins. Except for her. She didn't get her distractions.
On the plus side, Mammon grabbed a connection to our spider, and we now have a direct thread to him.
Mm-hmm. His name is Mr. Johnson.
That sounds fake.
Yeah.
So Mammon's gone?
Mm-hmm. Headed home.
Crap.
Text him.
I had a question for him about whether that worked both ways.
Man,
he has the same thread she had.
We lived in a world where cell phones existed.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the way it is that he literally has the connection she had to him.
Mm-hmm.
So it should go both ways. Yeah?
Nope.
No?
They're two different connections.
Oh, so he's got one to her, and then she had one to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he snatched hers, but not... Okay.
Yeah. To put it another way, a fan might have a very strong connection to an athlete, but that athlete
doesn't have one to them at all.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Like Songbird.
Yep.
But yeah,
So
everyone's fine.
I don't see your. What is your shadow name, Songbird?
Songbird.
Okay.
But we're getting rid of the mundane nickname.
So you're going to be fighting as who?
Acanthus.
Okay.
So is Acanthus the dude and Songbird you now?
That's kind of a personal question, but
yes and no. The feminine expression is part of the shadow name, I think, is probably the right way to go about that.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily have to be in feminine form to use my shadow name. Like, there are still other aspects of the shadow name. But it's probably like that's business time if I do.
Okay.
And I can, probably make an item to sort of solidify the spell at some point. We all know how valuable our spell control slots are.
mm-hmm.
That's like a quantifiable thing, like in game, that we like feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that you lose a piece of you whenever you're holding a spell.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is more of like a burden and how much you can hold.
Like you can feel it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like a concentration sort of. Yeah.
Well, especially since you know that casting beyond, because holding them that is no big deal. Like if you were to use
the reaching sanctum, and stuff like that.
It's the overreach that you have to push through and stuff like that. That's
start feeling the abyss creeping in at you.
Yep.
Brain spiders.
Brain spiders.
Spiders.
All right. So, what are we going to do about this, Mr. Johnson? And we're meeting with him tomorrow, right?
Proceed with our plan, or
Friday.
Yeah.
What day is it?
It's Wednesday night. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wednesday night.
So we have a Thursday to do things, and then dinner on Friday.
Okay.
I do think maybe we should be approaching our orders about maybe borrowing some backup for the dinner. He very clearly intends us harm.
I don't think he did. I think he intends to use us, and then he was willing to discard us.
No, the deal was he was going to talk to us and then feed us to her.
Yeah,
like that wasn't a conditional thing.
Not happening anymore.
I still think it could happen.
I
think he obviously means us harm, and I don't think it's a bad idea to stack the deck in our favor. Look at me planning. So I was gonna give Shodell a call and see if maybe a couple of people could just go out for dinner one night on Friday at a certain place at a certain time.
Sounds good. That sounds like your type of thing.
The Mysterium wouldn't lend you a hand?
I don't think playing bodyguard is a Mysterium thing, really.
It's not necessarily being bodyguard, it's just watching your back.
I don't know. I don't really feel like that might be super necessary. If you want to do it, great. But I think what he wants is to talk to us, and that he was willing to sacrifice the feed us to a vampire in exchange to get us to talk.
It wasn't a willing thing, I don't think. I think he was going to do it.
No, he was going to give us to her after the dinner. Yeah. After we met him there at the house.
Oh.
But then we refused to go there, and he was willing to go, well, scratch that part of the plan.
But you'll note he didn't tell her that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I won't do it if you guys don't think it's a big issue, but what do you think, Songbird? Just having a couple people hanging around in case
I think we get a nice patio table, and if he starts threatening me too much, I fucking yeet him into space.
Right, but okay.
I think talking to your order is fine. I'm not going to talk to mine, though.
Yeah, same.
I have a reputation to uphold.
Oh, yeah, you have
Can't go around asking,
prove that you're a tough boy. Girl.
Okay.
So what we're doing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I lost the thread of where we were.
You guys
I was talking about you guys talking about your orders, and no one wanted to.
No, we were talking about what we were going to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Well,
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, you guys have options.
So tomorrow I was going to look for a place.
For the bar?
No.
Or to live?
To live.
Okay.
Again, Songbird, no offense, eh?
No, that's good.
Yeah, I was going to say the bar needs to be discovered. We have a point of Hallow that we haven't actually established where that's at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I was going to say if you wanted to follow that thread you got tomorrow. That seems like a thing for you to do.
Yeah, I am going to have to do that before it expires.
Because none of the rest of us can do that.
Nope.
Okay, so tonight, let's get up with what's his name, give him a location. Then we have a day to ourselves to do whatever. I want to go to the museum.
Cool. Weird. What was that number?
Oh, I don't know.
It's on your phone.
You didn't save it?
No. I pull out a phone. I'll do lucky number.
It's in your recent calls.
Yeah, recent calls.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I was
Recent
going to
calls.
say, hang on, man. We do have
How many people
technology.
have you called recently?
Yep. And where we're meeting him at where?
Yeah,
Blacktail.
The
Blacktail.
Blacktail. Okay.
Cool. So you're calling him now?
I'm gonna make the call.
Okay. So yeah, familiar voice picks up. Hello, Moira.
You know, you're not really ingratiating yourself to me in any way, shape, or form. Blacktail, Friday, 7:00. Click.
All right. And remind me, Chris, Blacktail is a bar or is bar and restaurant type of thing?
It is a bar and restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you've at least told him that. Where do you guys want to pick up? We gonna jump to Thursday morning?
I'm fine with that.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So everybody gets a point of willpower as you all get a good night's rest.
Let's see.
Which for Songbird... Songbird had a weird Wednesday, I just realized, which was basically get up, work out, fall asleep on the floor, get up, chat a little bit, go back to bed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sure.
Drink
that
wine.
Ash?
I wanted to work on like perfecting things.
Mhm.
But basically just taking a bit before I go to sleep each night and just start casting a ghost gate a couple times.
Sure.
But I don't know if I actually have any of the things I want to do.
Well, what things do you want to do?
I don't have an iron knife, do I? I mean, I don't.
I don't think so. Not
I don't know how
for
to
this
get
purpose.
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock. Songbird.
You have an iron knife? Do you just have those?
I have, like, weapon racks as part of my domain aesthetic.
Okay, cool. Can I have it?
Yeah.
Okay, neat.
Anything else? What do you need it for?
I want to make it a better knife.
Like, material-wise?
Yes.
Okay. You want anything else?
What else do you got?
Come in and look at the wall of Songbird weapons.
Do you have any shit made of gold?
Probably.
Probably not.
Maybe gold
Probably.
plated, but not
Yeah,
like
gold plated, but not.
Yeah.
Something I have to get on my own.
Yeah, just this will do for the moment then.
All right. Well, have fun.
All right. Well, in that case, let's cast Ghost Gate 10 times.
I mean, that would take like 10 hours. That wasn't the plan to do it all at once.
I mean, depending on how much reach you put into it.
It'd just be one to make it instant, yeah.
Yeah, one to make it instant. You can put your hand on it,
and one to make it the reach to make it not disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Let's see.
Is it not like an actual gate? You can just like walk through and stuff?
If you do it without reach. If you do it with reach, you cast it on a thing and that thing just becomes twilight.
Yep. The problem with if it goes through the gate, then it becomes ephemera and its material form is destroyed.
And it can't come back.
Yep.
My PDF is lagging.
I know that feel.
Okay, so where's my spell thing? I have one for your each because it's 3 dots. I need... No, I did that wrong. I need one for instant, one for the reach. And that's it, because I'm only doing it on one little thing, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Is it, what spell is it, though? Is it 2 or 3 dots?
It's 3 dots.
3 dots.
Oh, so you're going to overreach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the one thing I will bring up to you is every time you provoke paradox, even just a chance die, the next cast has 1 more paradox.
Yeah, I mean, that was my intent to do it as, like, rituals.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to do ritual cast, sure. Do that
yeah,
too.
I wasn't intending to do this all at once. Because, for that reason.
Sure. You lay it out, you tell me how you want to do it.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it once, then. Let's see, no duration, no scale. I use high speech, and can I use the necklace since it is a ghost's anchor?
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So that would be 3.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So roll that 5, 8. You take 3 hours.
Yeah, this is basically what I want you to do before I go to bed now.
Yep.
Until I get this thing done.
Cool.
Alright.
Alright, yeah. So zoop and right on back. Yeah, so write down somewhere, Iron Dagger, 1 out of 10. Well, I'll have to do the math later, how many passes you've got to make. But okay, cool. Then I guess we pick up Thursday morning.
Well, hang on, I want to scour that night.
Okay, what are you scouring?
Scour my pattern. Strength.
Okay. So go ahead and reduce that. That'll be reduced for 24 hours. Actually, that is a good question. Is anybody else scouring?
Yeah, I'm taking strength away.
Okay, cool. All right. Cool. Now it's Thursday morning?
Sure.
All right, now it's Thursday morning. All right. Who is starting out with what?
I'm going to call Shadell.
Okay. Yeah. Shadell picks up. Well, hang on. What time are you calling Shadell?
9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he picks up.
Normal time.
Hello, Weird.
Hi. We have been invited to dinner by somebody who knows our fallen names.
And you're not going to go, right?
No, we're going to go.
Okay.
But I thought it might be a good idea if you knew a couple of mages that wanted to go out for dinner to the Blacktail on Friday at 7. Just to be there and keep an eye on us, that's all.
I'm sorry. Weird, you're an adult, right?
I am.
I have advised you that you might be making a dangerous decision.
Yes.
And then you want me to spread word around that other people should go to this dangerous situation?
I'm actually looking for a couple of guardians to just watch our backs.
I don't understand how that's different from what I suggested.
I'm not asking you to broadcast it around to the entire concilium or anything like that, but I suspect that the person we're dealing with is a seer.
And you are going to willingly meet with a seer.
My cabal has decided we are going to meet with him.
Also, we don't have reason to suspect he's a seer, really, because you didn't tell us that part.
Also, Mammon just wants free food.
I will see what I can do. And for me, go ahead and roll 1d10. You are rolling for the status. Well, actually, what is your status? You still just have one in the order status, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, Shoda's like, I'll let some folks know, but if nothing else, we'll keep an eye out and be ready to clean up any mess that might happen. But I don't know that anybody's going to be going in there.
Fair enough.
We'll probably be steering clear. No, I understand, but this is a dangerous situation, Weird, and I'll be honest, you're low on the totem pole.
No, I totally understand that. It was worth a try.
Gotta love that honesty.
So, take care of yourself.
Hang on, while I got you on the phone, we had talked about a Hallow.
Indeed.
Do you have any news in that area?
Well, because out of character, we haven't determined where the heck this thing is. No.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But yes, yeah, somewhere there is a Hallow with Weird's name on it. But
okay.
In character, Shodell has no idea where this place might be.
All right. So after that, I was just going to go to Central Park and find like a nice secluded place to start thinking about making a safe space there.
Central Park. Okay. Cool. We'll come back to that.
Sure.
It's not a very safe space.
It can be. I can weave wards, have people convinced that if they walk into this place, something bad's going to happen to them. For example. There's ways to protect it.
Oh, sure. Also, draw attention to yourself. But we'll put that on hold for Weird. And then who else was doing stuff this morning?
I'm going to the Morgan Library.
The Morgan Library?
Yes, that's the museum of books. They have cuneiform tablets.
Ah, I see. Okay. So yeah, you arrive at the Morgan Library in New York.
I love how confused you sound literally every time you say it. You're going to the Morgan Library?
As I very quickly Google this place. Holy crap, this place is cool.
It's super cool, right?
Holy
I linked it to you.
It was close to when we were there.
Yeah. Holy mess.
This is
so
the place I was freaking out over because they had the really good Tolkien exhibit that I missed.
Ah, that one. Okay. The place that looks like a church on the outside. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Apparently, JP Morgan collected literature.
Indeed.
So it's like a museum/library.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So you do, in fact, arrive at this gorgeous library. And you're looking for cuneiform tablets?
Yes. They have a really good collection of Mesopotamian seals and some tablets.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yes.
So I'm going to have a nice day at the museum, and also when I come across one of those, I want to cast Discern Composition on it.
Go ahead and roll that.
Wrong button. Okay. I need one for instant, one for range. Because I'm not going to actually touch it. It's inside a box, probably.
Right.
Or maybe it's not. I'm still not going to touch it.
Right.
2. I don't need a duration on that. Like, once I know it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, it's a potency thing.
Okay. Yantras I can use. If I'm by myself in a room, I can use high speech. I imagine it's not a super crowded place.
No, but there's definitely people around.
Okay. So what can I use? I don't know what applies to, what is this?
I think just
Knowing?
the environment itself.
Just being in a museum.
You're right there, John?
Yeah, sorry. I thought I heard something weird outside.
Yeah, let's see.
All the weird sounds come from your headphones.
Yep.
I think I'll take
Put $1 in the jar.
Yeah.
one for the museum, and I'm trying to think of a tool I have that would work for knowing.
Well,
hmm.
I mean, learning, seeing things, polish plates. Well, no, hang on. Oh, yeah, coins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
So
And when
I
you
have a
roll
dice
this
pool
matter
of-
spell, I want you to take a -2.
So I'm just rolling 4.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put a willpower in it then.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is really good
Hot damn.
because... Oh, 4 successes. Sorry, I completely failed that math for a second there. Okay, never mind. But yes, so you definitely determine the composition and also get this definite, distinct feeling that as you are casting this, that you are having some weird difficulty. Something isn't lining up in your head. You have this kind of static migraine thing going on as you try to figure out the imago. As for the precise composition, its weight, density, as well as the precise elements that make it up, it is. Let's see. Let me consult Conca here. Codex.
Where you looked up the chemical composition of Mesopotamian stone.
Yep. Indeed. Crap. Oh, what was it? I did, and then I wrote in my notes 24 by 10-inch stone slab, and I'm like, there was supposed to be. We're gonna say basalt. It's probably wrong, but we'll leave it
For
at
right
that.
now, we'll go with that.
Yep. But yes, you get the exact composition of various materials in it and stuff like that. I imagine you quickly write that down, put it in your phone, something like that. It's like I gotta remember this later.
Yeah, I do want to turn on Mage Sight while here and look around.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, because if casting that spell, something's not quite right. Yeah, I want to look around.
Okay, cool.
It's depth and matter.
Absolutely. Yeah, matter. Well, and I'll ask you the same question I asked, Craig. What does it try to see when she uses Mage Sight? How does she perceive the world? Because this is, for me, is a really cool, cosmetic thing.
Everything gets kind of fuzzy and shadowy. Like, I can see weird darknesses around things that are weird.
Cool.
So sort of glancing around and seeing.
Sure. I'm with it, and I'm trying to real quick look up exactly Mage Sight, active Mage Sight for death and matter. You immediately see Gabe, who's been chilling, and then structure, blah blah blah, as well as highlighting the value and quality of objects. So yes, a lot of shining, things that are worth quite a lot. And there's a couple books that you look past that are like these really dark, dim spots of like not worth much at all, but they're somehow included in the collection. Walking through, nothing jumps out at you as being an active spell in here. and none of the books as you kind of walk in. Mage Side only lasts for.
Can't you spend a mana to make it last for like an hour?
That is
For a scene, I thought.
Yeah, I think it's a couple minutes based on Gnosis, and then it'll be. I think it's a willpower.
No, it was mana.
Let's see here. Mage can
you're right.
Active Mage Sight for a number of minutes equal to Gnosis, so 2 minutes, so you can probably get the view of the room that you're in, and then willpower to point to keep it active for the remainder of this of the scene, should you wish to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, yeah, and so we have the scene of Atritus taking in the sights and smells and all the other active mage sight kind of stuff, and for the most part you do not see anything kind of out of the ordinary in terms of the objects and stuff like that and the people. Occasionally you do see what you would recognize as the shades of Stygia, lurking there, here and there, these Grim Reaper-esque who are examining elderly and young and people in between, and I can totally remember these names. Crap. Specters and that's right, Apirons, because I can totally remember that. The matter things, those are a little bit more infrequent, but kind of lurking and watching and studying. But for the most part, nothing here seems weird, though you do notice that these, what do they call them? Manifest shades of Stygia, the ones of matter, the things that are like, oh, look, it's ice moving to liquid, back to liquid to gas, and just, these weird objects of matter soon to be watching you. As you pass by, the actual specters seem to like notice you and kind of go on with themselves, but
they're not paying attention to me.
But the
like
ones of
the matter ones are.
Yeah, the matter ones are like, you are an oddity.
Okay. All right. Guess I'm gonna head on back to the house with my thoroughly weird experience.
Sure. I love Chris's face right now, by the way. like Chris's eyes are darting. He is in like full hang on mode, and I appreciate that so much. And so jumping over, Mammon, what were you planning to do today?
I was going to try and track down Mr. Johnson.
Yes. Okay, cool. How do you plan to do that?
Oh, I'm going to take my beat for that. That was my aspiration.
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, I guess I can start off by doing locate object.
Okay.
Maybe. Because I don't want to, my issue is because I'm tracking a mage this time, literally everything I do is going to let him know that someone's looking for him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to have to be one of those act fast kind of things. So I'm not entirely sure if I should scry on him first to see if I can. Well, he'll probably be inside something, so I wouldn't be able to recognize any landmarks or anything. So yeah, probably locate object. It's going to be the best thing to do.
Okay.
That is space 1. And I'm going to need 1 reach for to track it outside the range.
Correct.
So it's going to be 2 reaches, 3 reaches, 1 for instant, 1 for remote, and 1 for the reach I actually need.
Right.
I get 2 free reach. Gnosis 1, Arcana 2. Potency, it's not resisted by anything, is it? It's probably going to be Clash of Wills.
Oh, well, it's not. It will have a Clash of Wills. Locate object. It by itself does not, but you do have potency. You have to get through the sympathy, and you only have a medium connection, so it's withstood baseline by 2. because it's just a medium connection. That's anytime you do the sympathetic stuff.
Yeah.
So if you have space 2, that means you are already at potency 2. So you'd need at least one more potency.
Yeah. And I'm going to need... I didn't add a reach for duration.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. This is a lot of reach. I'm at 4 reach now.
Oh, where are you casting this from? Back at your place?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And you don't have a soulstone domain set up, so
The domain
That wouldn't help.
or the sanctum gets you free reach.
The domain gives you free reach, but it can't leave the space you're in, and so casting out of it at a target
Okay.
outside of it. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to use Shadow Name and
Dedicated magical tool to reduce the paradox. If you're overreaching too,
yeah.
that'll cover both of it.
Yeah, I'm going to need to.
Okay.
Okay. Dedicated magical tool is +1, right?
In this case, I don't know that the mass necessarily applies. It'll just be the reduction in paradox. Okay, so reach, overreach, we're covering that with the mask. Diagnosis plus Arcana is 3, 6, and then -2 for the potency, so 4. Yep. And okay.
Oof. Figures. Okay, well, that's that, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter because a dinner reservation's already been made. So we're going to know exactly where he is tomorrow or whenever it was.
Yep.
Yeah, it was more just if you wanted more information on him, which is the reason we went to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now that said, because it uses your better Arcana, you can still cast mind spells at a distance.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what I'm even going to do with that.
Sure.
There's really nothing.
No, it's cool. Just being sure.
I'm going to need a minute.
Sure. All right. So that. All right. Coming back to Weird at the Central Park. So what? Like you're talking about a safe place, but obviously you're looking to crash there.
Yeah.
So what do you have in
Like
mind?
I'm looking at developing a squat basically in Central Park
Sure.
somewhere, like living under a bridge, or if I don't know if
There's
there's like a witch's hut
Bridges.
that I could live in or something like that.
I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. I mean, Central Park is pretty huge.
I've never been there, so I don't know.
It's real big.
It's real.
Do they
real
have
big.
bridges to live under though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
I imagine people are already living there though.
Quite possibly. I mean, to give you an idea of how large Central Park is. Oh crap! Where'd that map go?
It's
multiple large blocks.
yeah,
Actually, here we go. Size of Central.
sexual range.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. 1.3. Well, hang on. I can't do that to Craig. Sorry, bud. 1 second.
Fill them in miles.
Yeah, I won't do that to you, Craig.
Just multiply it by 2.
I'm old enough that I can
approximately.
still understand miles.
But yeah, let's see here. Miles to 1.317. Yeah, so yeah, 2 kilometers square.
Okay.
So huge space. And also I'm kind of stalling because I'm trying to find the stupid map. Thank you. So yeah, up north, I mean, you've got multiple lakes. The lake plus the I can't remember what the big one in the middle is. But yeah, meadows, all sorts of stuff. There's the actual museum of the city of New York near it. There's a boathouse.
There's the zoo.
There's the zoo. Yeah. So like it's a huge space. So what exactly are you trying to look for here?
I'm trying to find a place that's like out of the way. It's not going to be along a major walking path or something like that. I'm okay even if I'm just making a lean-to in the bush.
Gotcha.
I'm just leaning into the homeless shtick I've got going on.
Sure. Well, that's a big open space. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no place that's like really cleared out that I'm aware of. I'm looking real quick. And everybody's still here. Okay, sorry. When internet hiccups, I freak out now. But yeah, there's no like really, good hiding place because let's be honest, it's Central Park. Like, you are exactly the kind of people that, the well-to-do citizens of New York and the NYPD are probably not exactly super hip about hanging out in Central Park and building a lean-to.
Sure. All right.
That said, there are, some, shrub and stuff like that you could do.
Yeah, like I'm looking at like building some sort of a shelter or something like that. This might not be a great idea.
I mean, 100%, it is A-okay for Weird to get out there and start looking around and go, I don't know that this is going to work. As you shiver in our April winter weather.
Oh yeah, I guess it's
April is kind of solidly in spring, but that's
it's
fine.
Still cold in New York.
Sorry, I'm from Houston. I'm from
the South. It was still cold here.
Yeah,
at the beginning of April.
Yep, still fairly chilly, but
it's windy for sure.
Mm-hmm. You want sleeves, probably.
Yep. So yeah, you can meander about, take a look. If you can totally decide, hey, this brush looks good and you can set something up there. Now, alternatively, the order status does give you access to safe places.
Yeah, I'm a little put off right now for that. So
sure.
I'm gonna, all right, failing that, I'm gonna go to the Blacktail.
Oh, okay, cool. So
I want to check it out.
That is a bit of a hike.
That's a ways.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I'll hop in an Uber and away we go.
Sure.
What is Songbird doing on Thursday?
That was what I was coming back around to.
Because we've all done things, but not him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm going to go and talk to Colossus.
Okay. Yeah.
And Pip, I guess.
Yep. It is, early afternoon, definitely normal working hours for Colossus and Pip. Colossus, however, does not appear to be actually smithing anything. Colossus is set up with a book and flipping through, and literally he's still got the blacksmith apron on, which at this point now you're starting to think is kind of part of his shadow name and his persona. Mm-hmm. But he has literally got his feet propped up on a desk, is leaned back in a chair, and you can just see on the spine of the book, it's some college chemistry book. It's
cool.
Chemistry 101, something like that. And Pip appears to be has, a gun disassembled on a table and is, cleaning it and stuff like that. And there is this very kind of low key sense of it's a quiet Thursday, just doing some, cleaning. The forges are all shut down. It's actually, for the first time you walk in, you realize, wow, it is normally really loud in here when I normally come in, but today is super low down and, low key.
Here I come in.
Yep.
Good afternoon, Colossus.
Songbird.
Are you still female?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. To which it's more of the Songbird.
Yep.
Okay.
Working on some things.
I can see.
I
Yeah, you're talking to a Boros. They're all about change. So
yeah, I kind of expected you to be doing your normal thing, but I'm sure that's a great book. Getting some good learning on. I'm sure.
And mentally, I'm picturing Songbird like backing away from the nerd.
He watches. He pulls like a iron bookmark, sets it down. Says it's an oblation, but I can interrupt it for now.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I would do here because I'm like, hey, I've got matter. Like I'm a kid in a candy shop. Like what can I do? Want to look at stuff and figure some things out. So like, no, I think maybe I'll just bother Pip for a little bit. You can continue reading.
Yeah.
Unless there's something you wanted to, I don't know.
He's like, you interrupt my special time to myself, and now you're gonna leave, just wasting my time for nothing, Songbird.
No. It just, gosh, what is like a matter one spell? I can just,
I was just looking at them. I mean, obviously, discern composition. Craftsman
Sure.
Eye, detect
composition
substance,
would be good.
lodestone, remote control.
Oh yeah.
Remote control is like the worst name for a spell because you have to have range to actually use it remotely.
What?
Not really.
Yeah, you can touch it, but
yeah. So yeah, I think I will try to start up the like pilot light and everything of the forge and get it going.
Okay. Yeah, those big long sword
that.
forges. Sure.
Yep. And cool.
And the trick for remote control, Ash, is using that +1 reach so you get continuous control over the duration. Put your hand on it, let it go, and maintain control the entire time.
Oh no, it's more like if you want to flick a light switch on from across the room, you'd have to use a reach for range to do that.
Yep.
But the point of remote control is that you don't have to...
If you're touching...
Yeah.
If you're touching the car, you can just make it shift into gear and roll away.
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to...
It's just the remote isn't the name.
I'm just going to use high speech and my shadow name.
Okay.
But also devouring the slain doesn't work on dead people, so these spells are not named super well.
Take it up with Dave B. Also, hi, Dave. Hopefully you're watching. He's not.
No.
Fast forward to tomorrow on Discord. I saw.
There you go.
So you should talking your spell names.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, 7. Cool. Yeah, and
that sounds about right.
That's normal.
They ignite up and Colossus goes from having shifted the book back to his lap and goes, okay, and sets the book down and says, all right, so you can swing a hammer and you can start things up, and you know? No, you wouldn't. But there is definitely like just a mental tick. As he just kind of concentrates on what you've just done. You kind of, okay, all right. So expanding out into the poor mundane world, Mr. Obrimos. Stygia welcomes you.
No use being able to imbue items if you don't have different spells to use.
Very true. Matter is a good one. And yeah, you can see, and like for the first time, like he's like animated, talking, at this point
Nice.
he's recognizing, okay, you put some time and effort into studying and stuff like that. And so he stands up and he's like, so let me cut to the chase, because I can recognize where this is going. You want to be a forge master.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And if I remember correctly, you still need one more matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But he does sit you down here. Sorry, trying to find the... Oh, wait, I don't even have the book open. Whatever. I at least know. And so he says, let me show you a praxis for you to study.
Cool.
And basically gets up and walks over and he walks along that wall of stuff and just grabs at random, or apparently at random, a large like two-handed claymore, kind of sword, and carries that over, sets it down, and he says, open your eyes.
Mage sight.
Yeah. And he very quickly casts. If I remember correctly, it's basically like discern composition, craftsman's eye. I can't remember, but it's the first attainment. But he casts it, and he's like, okay, so that's, that is the first step. And so I'm scrambling back here to find that silly book, because I'm pretty sure it's
You can
that.
pull it up real fast. And of course, my The evaluation.
and I think in the subtitle he mentions what the spell is basically simulating. Holy moly!
It's supernal vision and discern composition together.
Oh yeah, which you could actually do. So he basically casts that, and we're not going to worry about his tilt affecting you because it's not going to last very long. And then he motions for you to duplicate it.
Okay. I can't combine spells though,
No, you cannot.
so I'd have to do them back to back.
Correct. Or in this case, create
Just
a
do
just
do the what?
create a thaumaturgy. Just your the Songbird attempt. I can't do that, but this is what I can do.
Okay.
And at that point, you're basically being conjunctional. You're taking a matter and prime and trying to do
Right.
something.
Okay. Which means I need to roll a lower.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
So
wait,
just,
no. Yes. Sorry, for conjunctional, yes, you would roll your lower.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So 2 gnosis, 1 matter, and I'll throw my shadow name at it.
Yeah. So effectively, the same thing. So they're your 7 dice.
Yep.
he reaches over and kind of, okay, not quite.
Not really seeing what you're doing there.
Yeah. And you guys spend a while talking symbols and stuff like that. And there's a lot of back and forth that you guys have to do, trying to like, well, yes, but yes, but
Now, which angel do I need to pray to for
Right.
this one?
like, no, we do. Yeah. Yeah. And so you have a little bit of back and forth, but he kind of coaches and talks you through, just the idea of that first attainment. But other than that, I mean, if there's anything beyond that you're wanting to do here.
Yeah, I guess because Pip's kind of in charge of the requisitions and everything. I think we kind of established. I want to ask her if there is something I can borrow that does this for now.
Oh. Yes. Yeah. go ahead and roll.
Let's say I probably have to roll it.
Mhm. Yeah. How much status do you have?
2.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll that.
It's a 2-dot spell.
Mhm, exactly. So technically, it is a 3-dot item. Viewed, but yeah. And so yeah, she makes her way over to a drawer of stuff, and pulls out a like carved kind of like ivory bracelet. And she hands it to you, and it's kind of large. Obviously it fits men's hands, and women's hands probably I might slice it up to an arm. But she hands that to you, and she says it takes a mana to activate, but it lasts. So
sure.
And so go ahead and add your sheet for the time being. Bracelet of mutable
enhanced item. Sure. Cool.
All right. And then John, did you have a spot to pick up from?
Yes.
Okay.
So it has occurred to me that I don't need to find him anymore because we know where he's going to be. What was it? Tomorrow we rescheduled for?
Yep. Tomorrow at 7.
But what would really be useful is to know what he wants in advance. So I am going to cast Read the Depths because not only can I read memories with it, but I can read ideas with it.
Indeed.
Oh, you got really quiet. I got scared for a second.
No, I'm just looking through and seeing exactly what he can pull out.
I have also already prepared the spell charts for it. The only thing I needed was clarification on 2 things.
Okay.
The first one being, it says that it is resisted by resolve.
Correct.
But it is a mind 3 spell.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I remember correctly, the potency is basically assumed to start at the skill level.
If it is a potency
spell,
if it is a potency spell, it is equal to, it starts at your Arcana. So in this case, mind 3.
So my mind is 3, obviously. So therefore, it is assumed that I will be able to bypass his resolve, assuming that it is 3 or less.
2
correct?
or less, because if you have 3 and 3, you come up with a potency of 0.
Okay, so I had written my thing to add 1 potency.
Okay.
Because he's a mage,
Okay.
so I'm assuming he has some above average level of resolve.
Okay.
So if I add 1 potency, it would be assumed that it would be 3 or less, correct?
Correct. Now, the one thing is because you are casting this sympathetically, so sympathetic range comes in, and basically when you have 2 withstands, in this case resolve and the sympathetic, you take the larger one and then add 1 for each other withstand. So whether resolve or the sympathy,
it'll be resolve plus 1.
Resolve plus 1,
probably.
or the sympathy plus 1, depending on what his resolve is. So you're going to be dealing with his resolve plus a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that changes things. Because I'm estimating he's got a resolve of 4. To be safe, I would doubt it's a 5. Which means that I'm going to need plus 3 potency, basically.
If you're assuming that he has a potency of 4, and so you have to have 6 potency total, so yes, you need plus 3 potency.
Okay. You have to redo this.
Sure.
Yeah. And then I'm going to use Shadow Name for 3, and then I am going to I'm gonna use my mask as my dedicated tool because it represents stealing his ideas, stealing his thoughts.
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
That's +1 or +2?
+1.
+1.
+1, right? Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend willpower because fuck it.
Sure. Okay, so 1, 5. Wait, hang on. No.
8
4.
dice.
Yep.
How many?
8.
8.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Neat.
Oh, wait. Technically 5, but I'm not going to worry about it because in the first 5 you have a 9. So, because the penalty for potency would be -6, not 3. So,
Oh yeah.
but that's fine.
Hang on.
Mhm.
I did this wrong because I forgot that I have read the depths as a rote,
Oh, hell yeah.
which means I get to add investigation to it.
Yep.
Can I just roll 3 extra dice
I mean,
to save us all
You've
time?
already got it, like I said.
Yeah, but I want to see if I get
Go for it.
an exceptional. I'm just gonna do the spell roll
Yeah.
with 3
Yep.
dice.
Nope.
Well, okay, fuck it. It was worth it.
Yep.
Anyways.
And so may pull memories. And were you weren't picking up the? Oh, right, because you're not trying to mess with the memories.
Yeah, I'm not trying to change anything. I just want to know what's in there.
All right. Cool. So I now need you to roll your gnosis plus mind.
Okay. I mean, I thought it was clear when I said no, but fine.
Yeah, sorry about it. It's
1 success.
1 success. Okay, I can't remember what. Reroll.
I thought for most things you said when they were equal, you gave it to the person challenging.
Clash of. Dang it! Okay, well, yep. I will double check real quick to make sure.
Wow.
But yes, let's see here. Clash of Wills.
I would be surprised if Clash of Wills goes towards the aggressor. I would imagine it would go towards the
I
defender.
was pretty sure it was always you just re-roll. Yeah, ties re-roll until one player has accrued more successes than all others. So yes. So in this case, yeah, you lash the spell out. It is successfully cast, and then something rebuffs you as you start to dig into his subconsciousness. Something pushes you out.
Okay, well, fuck it. I did my best.
I mean,
Yeah, no
let's be
regrets.
honest. Well, and very specifically, let's bear in mind, this is a Gnosis 1 mage, going up against somebody who you can imagine is probably a little bit higher than that. So, cool. With that, I think we will call a break here. I'm going to get some water, and then...
I'm going to be real. I don't know the point in calling a break. It is 8 o'clock.
Is it?
And I have to stop at 9.
Oh, yeah, no,
so
I planned to do...
We should probably... Do you want to do a mini session?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just keep going?
You're just going to stop at 9.
I figured we just powered to 9.
Mostly because this will give me a place to cut it. And so we will still have to...
Yeah, we don't have a place to stop.
Oh, okay.
And that'll give me a break. So this will be short, so back in a little bit. And for you at home, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Stay lucky.
Hey guys, so another one-parter session. Again, we started about half an hour late. This big chunk that I lost internet on. I'm about as frustrated as you are. The players too. We just want to play the game, man. If this were like an actual just show, I'd probably just put this on hiatus and just chill. But no, this is about us playing, and so we're going to keep playing, and we're going to fight through just like it is. It's us playing a video game or playing it. Yeah, it's just us playing a role-playing game, right? So we're going to make the best of what we can. We're going to play every week, even if it's only for an hour and a half. So thank you for coming along and being part of this. And I do know if you're following Twitter and Discord, resolution is coming. We're getting some fixes going on, but that is at the speed of corporate bureaucracy. So when it's done, it'll be done, right? In the meantime, thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you want to join us and join our discussion, come join us on Discord. Links down below. If you want to see some of the other stuff that we're doing, that's on Patreon, patreon.com/occultistanonymous. I just did a Conca video. And that's one of the things that you get with the Sleepwalker tier. So you can see all our notes that we're starting to flesh out because they just made a new update. So now the players can add notes to characters I've created. So Chris was going wild, adding all sorts of notes everywhere. And so you get a very special feel of the of our cabal, when we're not in character. So again, thank you guys for joining us for these episodes and sticking with us, and we'll see you next episode. Bye.